I'm a touch early to go for MOT. It only takes me 10 minutes to get up there. On rare occasions, on these older bikes, you can screwdriver the rear seats open, but of course you bust everything. It busts. So the ideal is not to. It is actually the only way of doing it on a bike like this. I will be buying a full lock set, so I'm not too worried about that. Same for the front. You can't screwdriver the front, guys. Don't think you can. That's silly. I don't teach you guys how to steal bikes. It doesn't. That won't work. That won't work. It probably won't work on there either, guys. I'll probably end up breaking it off and buying a whole new set. That's fine. But I am curious what's under. The real ideal would be a number plate under there, but I don't think they are. I feel like they're not. So I am going to open up both these seats now, and I'll show you quickly what's underneath, or not. Ultimately, I want to get down to the carb on this bike, and the ignition set, of course, because I do need to be able to turn it over. In fact, I haven't even kicked it. Oh, that sounds great. Lovely compression. Okay. All right, let me get under the seat, see if there's anything there. I always like looking in bikes to see what people have left. It's yours, guys. You bought the whole bike. It's yours. One moment. So I've done the hard work. Let's have a look. Ooh. Right, what have we got? Two-stroke, always good quality two-stroke as well. That's. Why is the carb there? Oh, why is the carb not on the bike? That's actually really annoying, but really handy to have the two-stroke carb. It looks different to what I remembered, actually. What have we got in here? I hope it's not jetting stuff. No. Caps, HP caps. And then there will be, I'm going to chuck this in the bin. Oh, I'm going to catch something. Right. That's a bit annoying just because it means someone's probably been working on it. Ooh, fresh. It was very common to carry fresh spark plugs for two-strokes, guys. And this has, no way, not a little toolkit. I don't get this bike. Yeah, it's got this little toolkit. I don't get this bike. I don't get it. What is it? Was it on the track? Did someone love it? Where's the reg? I had one of these bikes in the past, not the actual first one I've had one since, guys. And absolutely impossible to find the VIN number it was, honestly. I think they'd put it on a plate on this occasion, so I just couldn't get a logbook for it, and it was very frustrating. Do these just slide out on this one? Yeah, they do. Let's slide it out. And again, look, it looks like I need to do some carb work on that. I love the fact that these bowls just slide out. They just literally like that, look. Wait a minute. Hang on, was that a carb? Nah. What's going on? Oh, I'm so confused. Right. I'm so confused. There's a carb on here. What goes in the top there? What goes in the top of the carb? There, that hasn't got it either. Don't know. Possibly air fuel screw or something. Idle. Nope, there's your air fuel. I have no idea, guys. That's really interesting. So, maybe that carb is off the other one. There's no way of telling. The seat's locked. I'll have a look after. That's cool. That's cool. I assume. I mean, that's fairly low, so that might be good. This might have been run through, actually. Yes, look, the line's empty. Oh no, hang on. No, we got fuel here, which will almost definitely be stale. Let me drain. Yeah, it's so yellow, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Look, it's so yellow. All right, so maybe a quick carb clean, and fresh fuel in this one at some point. I've got a feeling we'll hear this. I have a feeling we'll hear this. Someone was messaging me in the week, guys, about two-stroke. They weren't sure if their pump was working. That was always very common. Always very common. You top up your oil here, but people just aren't sure if it's pumping out. Now, what I do, it's very simple, guys. I always put a little bit in with the fuel anyway. So I keep it under the seat like that, like this anyway. And I put half a capful in or something every time I top up. That way it don't matter if the pump's gone or not. If you're on a two-stroke, guys, it can be basically it can be smoky. I'm not overly worried about how smoky it is. That's the truth. That's my opinion. So it can be. I'd rather it's smoky and then I know it's got oil in there, if that makes sense. My next kind of consideration once this is started is the fin. I told you I stripped the bike completely not long ago, absolutely completely, and that you just couldn't find the fin, and I don't know if the frame was just gone. This is one of the places they normally are, but that bike didn't have it on any of the places where it should have been, and it wasn't as if it was ground off or dodgy or anything. It just, the frames are old. So everyone, it is extremely high hopes, but I've done the ignition again. I'll never show you that, but I've done the ignition. I've got fresh fuel on the floor over there. I'm just going to fill up the tank and let it drip through a bit and let it drip into the carb and see if we get anything. So I'm going to do all that off camera, but when I'm kicking it over, of course, I'm going to show you guys. So everyone, there's fresh fuel in there. That's good. I don't know if it's switched on or getting power. I can't work that bit out. But this will just be a game of kicking it over a few times. I haven't cleaned the car. Problem is, you could be kicking all day until I know the ignition's on. I'm going to pop the spark. I have a good feeling about this bike, but I'm off to MOT with this bike. Can't wait to get back and get onto this. When I looked at the spark plug cap, it kind of just fell off. So, and remember, there's two spares in there. So I think whoever's played with it before Danny has struggled. Okay, back from MOT. That thing's done and dusted. That's great news. I need it out the way. It's a locals. They got some charity work done, which I'm very pleased about. Back to this. I don't know why I'm going back to this. I should really be pulling out the fly. But my thoughts were, there's a battery in here. Oh, is there a battery in there? Yeah, there's a battery in there. So my thoughts were, I'll take the battery down, throw it on charge just in case. Super high hopes. But I've got the second battery for the black bike down there, so I can hook that up for a minute just to see what the ignition's doing. We need to know that something's going on. But ultimately, I kind of want to strip the bike down now, if I'm being honest, guys, because I need to just check all the electrics and do it all properly. Check this out, guys. This is what I love about these bikes. I love the paneling, the way it goes on, the way it comes off. Yeah, I have a real soft spot for these bikes. At this stage, it was this look that I was having issues with, and in fact, if you look how messy it is in there, really it needs a bit of a trim. I think I've probably got a better one indoors, but also at this stage you want to be cleaning all of the electrics anyway, cleaning all of the connections, everything, so that you know exactly what you're working with. And that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and put this battery in charge. Although saying that, I can potentially get to the carb from here. Now I've got two options: drain out the old fuel, get a screwdriver down there and drain it out, let the new fuel run in, or take it off, give it a good proper clean. I think if I can get to the bolts, I'll take it off, give it a good clean. At least we know it's then done. The biggest issues you've got with that, guys, is normally the airbox is a pain. If you could drain out the old fuel to know that the new fuel's in there, you would be better off. Because I just know that the rubbers, in fact, here, look. In fact, here, look. They get to a stage where they're not that pliable anymore. That one would probably work. Okay, I mean, I can make it work if I need to, guys. That's the truth. But if you can drain a bit of fuel out until the fresh fuel goes in, you might be okay as a basis. So I'm going to be tinkering here, cleaning up, looking at the electrics. Now the biggest thing I'm looking for as well, I need to get a rag, is the fin number. Sometimes they're up on the front, sometimes they're on here, sometimes they're on the side, but these frames do kind of rot away. On occasion they were up here, and that's specific to this bike, the ap50, and I know that because I spent weeks looking for one. I had one that I loved, and I spent weeks looking for the fin, and I checked every forum available, and honestly there was no fin on the whole bike, or I couldn't find it. So that's what I'll be looking for at this stage. Otherwise, under here, the most normal place for a fin would be up here on the headstock, would be down on the side there, or you'd pull the wiring across and it'd be here somewhere. But again, look, there's no obvious sign of a fin. So we might end up with the same issue here, but for now, let's see if we can run an engine. Let's focus a little bit at a time. So I did just drop a little of the old fuel. You can see the yellow bubbles. Tiny little bit just to clean the carb. That's good news. I think that carb will be okay now. Next step from here is two new fuels going back through. That's fine. There is oil in there, guys. I'm not sure if I showed that or not. Pop the spark plug, clean it just in case. I can just give it a few more kicks. We'll just know if it's good anyway. You can see the fuel there draining into the carb. That's good news. Maybe I'll get the coil sorted and we'll give it a few more kicks. Okay everyone, so now I know for a fact that the ignition's on, I know for a fact that there's spark, and I know that the old fuel is out the bowl and changed with newer fuel. So this, if it's gonna start, this is the time, if it's gonna start. Fuel, spark, auto choke. That's such good news. The reason I cut it out is because when I put flow through the pipe there, sorry, it didn't have any two-stroke in there. I want to put a little bit more two-stroke in because I want it to clean itself out. So 1 minute I'm going to put more two-stroke in so that I'm happy it's got enough in there, and then we're going to go back to letting it idle for a bit to see how it is. Okay, so I'm a bit happier now that there's oil in there. I'm going to fire it up again and we'll let it sit a few minutes and see how it is. These old two-strokes, it takes them a few minutes to kick in properly before they'll do their full revs. But this seems, at the moment, kind of spot on, really. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes max. I don't want it to overheat, I just want it to clean itself out. Let the choke go off, make sure the idle's at the right height and stuff. And then, in a way, well, I've got to find the fin number. I've got no choice, I've got to find the fin. So I need to keep stripping away. What I can do is clean up a lot of the sides just to double check. But ultimately there's a bike here that works, it runs and it rides. All the idles are touch low. Yeah, but these things are so ultra reliable, it's unbelievable. Remembering as well that actually I haven't cleaned the carb out, so if I give it a good carb clean it'll run even better. I found it, guys. I checked all the usual places, but I think I found it. I think it's down here. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's down here. Right, let's give it a clean. Okay. You can see the issue here, right? You can see that there's bubbling around it, so you have to be able to... So I might get a plate made for this, so that it has one or two more, because actually that's not going to last much longer, and that's probably what happened last time. So I need to write down this fin, I need to snap this picture as well, and the good thing about this is I can now get a logbook, which is great news. So yeah, found the fin, found the engine number, that's great. My god, the next step for this bike technically is a good clean up on the panel work. Definitely a brake service, although they're working, but a quick brake service. I'll take the battery off, see if it charges. And then, god, what else? I mean, that's kind of it. That's ridiculous, guys. I should have checked the electrics actually, shouldn't I? Well, can I not still? Now, right, let's have a look. Oh, we got a horn. Any front light? Any high beam? Yeah, wow, we got both. We got horn, we got light, we got high beam. Rear. I can't see. Ah, there's no. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Sit. So no rear main running light or brake light. There may not be a bulb in there. Well, that's something to look at now. Anyway, or it just all needs cleaning. Look. Okay, that's good. Alright, cut yourself out because I have no way of doing it. Now I want it to cut out. It probably won't. Well, I guess the choke's still continuing, isn't it? Alright, come on. There you go. That exhaust is sealed so well you could feel it when you covered it up on the end. This bike, guys, oh, I already love it. All of the fuel lines I'll change over to new ones, although they're not actually bad, they're fine. It's probably the suction lines more I'd worry about, although even then, no, they all feel alright. They all feel okay. Part of me thinks, leave it alone, it's doing the job. Part of me does want to mess with the carb. I know it's me being annoying. The thing starts, runs, rides. Maybe what I should do is take it, blast it up and down the road to see that it definitely is. Put it back together and blast it. That's probably the better thing to do at this stage. But for now, I am going to be putting it back together, really. Did I check the indicators there? I didn't, did I? When you can hear the buzzing, guys, that's not an issue, they work. It just means the battery, yep, it just means the battery, it needs the battery to put enough power through the relay for it to actually, to buzz, to blinker, so that's all good. Can't believe it. I'm going to give it a wipe over. I'm going to put it back together, kind of. Oh yes, it needs a lock set. I did forget about that. It does need a lock set. Just up here, quite simple. Get some WD going on now though, so it has a few days to soak in. That is really important. And lucky enough, yep, they're Allen bolts, so that's easy enough to do. I think I saw a set for 30 quid somewhere. So actually, I won't put that front top panel on, but I'll get the rest buttons back up, and I'll chuck that on charge just in case. What's next? It's got to be the fly, I think.